Hi, in last video we have seen about the string data type, and there we have solved 18 problems related to the string data type. And in this video we are going to see about the list data type, and we will also solve the problem related to the string, which is most commonly asked in the interview room. So before going to start, please like and subscribe my channel. Yeah, so let's start. So we will start with the basic definition of the list. So maybe interviewer asks you what is the list. So at that time we have to able to answer the particular question. Like if we see the definition of the list, list is the data type which is used to store different types of data object as per our requirement. I'm repeating again, what is the list? So basically list is the data type which is used to store different types of data object. It means in the list data type, we can store the different types of the data object as per our requirement. And the list having some mandatory properties such as insertion order should be preserved in the list. Then duplicates are allowed in the string. It is a growable in nature and it is a heterogeneous, then mutable in a nature, and all item of list must be closed inside the square bracket. So these are the mandatory 6 properties of the list. So keep in mind this. So I hope you get to know what is the list. So basically list is the data type which is used to store the different types of data object as per our requirement. And the list having some properties, or you can say 6 mandatory properties such as insertion order should be preserved, duplicates are allowed, growable in nature, heterogeneous, mutable in nature, and all item of the list must be closed in the square brackets. So let me show you some basic things. So I will show you how we can create the list. So take any variable. I'm taking list only. Here you can take any variable. That is not a problem. Then here we need to take the square bracket. Square bracket is nothing but it means it is a list. So if you see the definition here, I have written list is the data type which is used to store the different types of data object. What is the meaning of this different types of data object? It means, for example, I want to store 1 to 5 number. See, so I have one list and its name is list only. Here you can give any name. For example, I'm giving L1 or L only. And if you print the list, let me run and show you. See, it's printing our list which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So same value we have given here only. And if you want to check the type of this L, so for that you can do 1 second. Yeah, let me run. See, it's a list only. See, here I have stored the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is nothing but the integer. And in the definition here we have mentioned different types of data object. So first time I have stored the numbers. Now one more thing. For example, I want to store the string. Let me run. See, it means we can store number, string, or float, or any data type also. Because of that only, in definition only we have mentioned used to store the different types of data object. And one more thing, let me show you. Comma 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. Let me run. See. So we can store different types of data object. It can be string, it can be number, or we can store both at the same time. So because of that only, we have written in definition, store different types of data object. So I hope you getting my point, what I'm trying to say. List is the data type which is used to store different types of data object. So what are the different types of data object we have stored? Have you seen? I have first stored the number, then I have stored the string, then I have stored the number as well as string. It means we can store the different data types of object. Then second thing I have told you, it's a insertion order should be preserved. If you seen here, let me print this one. Here at starting I have written Durgesh, then Ram, then Sham, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me run. See, the order I have entered these items, the exactly same order I'm getting in output also. It means the insertion order, it is preserved in the list. See, don't be confused why I'm saying this one, because there is a many more data type in that the insertion order should not be preserved. If you are entering Durgesh at the starting, there might be chance it will display at the last. But in case of the list, the order of the insertion is preserved. It means whatever you are entering, at what location, it will print like that only. Then here it's showing duplicates are allowed. The second point, duplicates are allowed. So for example, here I'm giving one more time 4, and let me run. See, 4, 4. It means duplicate is allowed in the list. Then again then next point, growable in nature. See, growable in nature is nothing but you can increase list at any time. For example, here I'm giving Gridi and ID of L. Let me run. See, it is 4, 5, 6. And in case in future I'm adding one more. For example, show. See, this is 4, 5, 6. I have added one more and let me run. Now this added and it's showing a different ID. So it means we can add items in the list. That is not a problem. So this is nothing but the growable in nature. And heterogeneous means we can store the different types of the data object, which is I have already shown you. Like we can store the number, we can store the string, we can store both at the same time also. It means it is a heterogeneous. Then mutable in nature. Mutable in nature is nothing but that only, like we can add again and again items. So it is a mutable in a nature. Then all the item of the list must be closed in the square bracket. So this point you have already seen. This is square bracket we are using. So this is how we can create the list. Then next point, there are 5 possible ways to create the list. So initially we have seen what is the list, what is the definition of the list, and what are the properties of the list. The next point we have, like there are 5 possible ways to create the list. So let's see what are the possible ways. See, this is the very general way we have created the list. Let me remove this one. And one more thing, these notes I'm going to be shared to my Telegram channel, and I will mention the link of my Telegram channel in the description. So you can go there and you can download these notes. So the next point, there are 5 possible ways to create the list. So what are that ways? So first, empty list. So let me show you how you can create the empty list. See, for example, you want to create one empty list. So you can take any variable. For example, I'm taking list. Then you can take square bracket. So this is the first way. Like when you want to create the empty list, you can create like this. Then second, you will have list. Second way is the like when we know the element of the list. So previously I have shown you, for example, if I know already the item of the list. For example, this is my previously empty list. Then second case, what can we can do? We know the item of the list. So at that time you can do like this. For example, these are the item of my list. So this is the list having data. Then third type is we can use the evolve function. See, when we want, you can see the definition here. When we want to take elements of the list from the user or keyboard, at that time we can use the evolve function. So, like if you remember, when we want to take the input from the user, we are using the input function, which is help to take the input from the user. But in case of the list, if you have seen, it is a different types of way. There is a different types of user input we required. So at that time we can use the evolve function. So let me show you, or let me remove this one and evolve. Then here input, then here enter your list. Then I want to press that list. Let me run. See, it's asking enter your list. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is printing. So this is how we can take the list from the user. So keep in mind, if you want to take the list from the user, at that time we have to use the evolve function. Now the next point, which is whenever we, and one more thing, this fourth one, I hope you know already these things. I have already explained you in this string data type video. Like for example, we have any string, and if we will split that string, then by default it is going to be converted into list only. So this fourth one is nothing but that only. Like for example, we have taken one variable list and this is the string, and if I'm going to split that string, then by default it is going to return the list only. So if you are following my Python playlist, so you have already aware what I'm trying to say. So the same thing I have written here. Whenever we split the string, the by default list data will return. And let me show you so you will get clear idea. For example, I have one string Durgesh, and I have taken one variable L equals to st dot split that particular let me print L. Let me run. One more thing, Durgesh Raj Kumar Yadav. See, it is converted to the list. If you print the type of the L, so you will get more clarity. 1 second. See, list only. So this is the fourth way. Like if you are going to split any string, then it will by default going to be converted into the list only. Then the last one, with the help of this list keyword. Like for example, you have one tuple and you want to convert into the list. So at that time you can do like this. So don't worry about the tuple. After completing the list, we will see the tuple only. So these are the 5 possible ways to create the list. Let me copy this entire thing and paste here. Yeah. So the first way, it's an empty list. Then the second, when you know the already item of the list. So this is the second way. Then third, you can take the list item from the user. At that time, we have to use the evolve. And then fourth one, if we are going to split any string, then by default, it is going to be written list only. And the fifth one, which is last, if we have any tuple, so with the help of this list keyword, we can convert that tuple into the list. So I hope you get to know what are the different ways to create the list. So keep in mind there is a 5 possible way to create the list. Let me remove this entire thing. Now the next part, there are 2 ways to access the element of the list, such as index and slice operator. So I hope most of the people already know which is the how we can access the element of the list with the help of indexed operator and slice operator. This slice operator and index operator we have already seen in the string data type also. So let me show you here only what I'm trying to say. For example, I have one variable list, and here I'm taking item like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my list, and I want to access the item of the list with the help of the index operator. So let me show you how we can do. So for example, print, then list, then here we need to specify the index. So for example, I want to access the 1. So 1 is present at the index 0. So I have to enter the 0. Let me run. See, it's showing 1. And for example, I want to access the 2. So 2 is present at index 1. So at that time, I need to enter 1. See. So this is how we can access the list element of the list with the help of the index operator. I hope you're getting my point, what I'm trying to say. And for example, let me copy this one, print one more time, and for example, it's 2. So index 2 is nothing but 0, 1, 2. So it will print 3. Yeah, 2, 3. It's printing 2 for this one and 3 for this one. So this is how we can access the element of the list with the help of the index operator. Then the next point, how we can access the element of the list with the help of the slice operator. I hope already you guys know, because in the string data type, we have seen how we can use the slice operator. So let me show you here also. For example, print, then how we can use the slice operator. Then we need to specify the variable name, which is list. Then here we need to specify the starting point. For example, I want to start from 0, then colon. Then I have to specify the end point. For example, I want to access up to 5. So 5 only. So 0 to 5 is nothing but the 6. So it means I'm going to access all the 6 numbers or item which is present in the list. Then here we need to specify the step by default, how many you want to skip. So for example, I want to skip 2. Let me print. See, 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. So this is how we can access the item of the list with the help of the slice operator. See, I'm not explaining in depth exact what is the slice operator, because I have already explained you in my string data type videos. So this is how you can access the list item of the list with the help of the slice operator. See, like that. If you are not going to mention anything skip point or at that time, it is going to be by default 1 only. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more thing, 0 to 5 means it will start with the 0 and go up to the 4 only. It will include the starting point but not include the ending point. So this property also I have explained you, like in the Python indexing, always consider the starting point, but it's going up to the end minus 1, or it will not going to consider the last one. So this is how you can access the item of the list. See this one. So again, let me copy this one. Yeah. See, list having the 5 inbuilt function like this: double equals to, then length, then max, then mean. Then this list keyword, with the help of this list keyword, we can convert the any sequence into the list. So keep in mind list having the 5 inbuilt function, which is this double equals to length, max, mean, and this list. This length is used to find the length of the list. This max is used to find the maximum element in the list, and this minimum is used to find the minimum item or value of the item in the list. And this list is used to convert any sequence into the list. So let's see one by one. Let me comment. Yeah. For example, I have one list L1 and I have an item like 1, 2, 3, 5. Then again, I have one more list L2 and I have values like 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I want to compare the list 1 and list 2, what I can do simply I can do print, then L1 equals to L2. Let me run. It's returning false because if you see the value of L1 and L2 are not same. Let me make it same only. Yeah, now let me run. See, it's returning true. So this is how you can compare the two different lists with the help of this double equals to, or you can say comparison operator. Then again take print, and for example I want to find the length of the list. So L1 I want, let me run. See, 5. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how we can find the length of the list with the help of this length function. Then next again take one print, and for example you want to find the maximum element in the list. At that time you can do max, then we have to specify the list name. Let me run. See, 5. Let me take one more print statement, and if I want to find the minimum, so we have mean function. See, 1 is the minimum. And if you want to convert any, for example, I have any sequence. For example, I'm taking one sequence S equals to A, B, C, D. For example, I have this sequence. So I'm taking sequence equals to list. Then I need to specify that sequence name, for example, S. And let me print. Let me print that sequence. Let me run. See. And one more thing, let me remove this one so you will get clear idea. Yeah, so I have one string, and a string is nothing but the sequence of character only. So this is how we can convert any list, or sorry, any sequence into the list. So I hope this you have get this all point, because it's a very easy thing. So keep in mind list having the 5 inbuilt function, which is this comparison equals to this comparison operator, or double equals to compare the any list. Then we have a length function, then max function, then mean function, that list function. And this list is used to convert any sequence into the list item type, list data type. So I hope you get to know clear idea like what are this inbuilt function in a Python and how we can use. So let me remove. So the next is, see, list having the 10 inbuilt method, such as append, count, extend, insert, index, pop, remove, reverse, sort, clear. This 10 inbuilt method you should keep in mind. Why? Because most of the problems are going to be solved with the help of this only. So let me copy this entire thing and paste here, and let me comment. Yeah, so we will see one by one, don't worry. So the first, append. So the first method is append. So what is the append? So keep in mind, append is used to add the element in the list from last. So what is basically, for example, you have one list equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6. I have this list and I want to add one element in the list. So how I can add? So let me show you how I can add. For that, print, then list, which is variable name, whatever I have given here, that only, then dot, then append. Append is nothing but what you want to append in the list or what you want to add in the list. So for example, after 6, I want to add 7. And let me run. Sorry, one more thing. We need to print also, now that one. Copy this one and print. Let me run. See, 7 added. But keep in mind, when we are going to use the append method, so it will add the element or item at the last only. So for example, I want to add 8. Let me run. See, so whatever I'm adding, it is going to be add at the last. So this is how we can add the element inside the list. Then second, count. So see the use of the count. So count is used to count the occurrence of the element in the list. If you remember, this count function is this count inbuilt method already supported by the string also. So if you have remember, in the string also we have used this count method, and with the help of this count method we have solved many problems. So let me show you how it's working. First, let me comment this one, or not comment. Yeah, let me comment this one. So let me show you how you can use the count. So print, then we need to specify the list name or variable name. See here, this list is nothing but whatever I have taken here only. Then dot count. Then for what element, which element you want to take the count. So for example, I want to check how many times 5 is here. So let me enter 5. Then let me run. It's printing 1. Let me add one more time 5. Let me run again. See, it's showing 2. So this is how you can check the count of the particular item in the list. Let me comment this one. Now next inbuilt method is the extend. So what is the extend? So extend is used to extend the one list into the another list without creating the new list. So let me show you what exactly I want to explain you. I have taken one more list 2. Then for example, I have items like 7, 8, 9. And if I want to extend list 1 into the list 2, let me give name list 1 so it will be more generic. Yeah, list 1, list 2. Yeah, 1 second. Then print list dot, then extend. What I want to extend? I want to extend list 2. List 2, and here it should be in list. Let me run. Sorry, I need to print list 1. See what I have did. I have one list 1, and I want to extend, or I want to add the content of the list 2 into the list 1. So because of that only it's showing like that. So initially list 1 having the value 1 to 5. Let me remove duplicate so it will get a clear idea. Comma 6. Yeah, let me run. See, 1 to 6 already list 1 having, and I'm extending list 2. So list 2 have 7, 8, 9. So 7, 8, 9. So this is how you can extend the another list into your existing list. So this L1, so list 1 is my existing one, and this list 2 is the new one. So what I have did, I have extended list 2 inside the list 1. So this is how you can extend. Let me comment this one. So next method is the insert method. See, people might be confused. We have already know how we can add the element inside the list with the help of the append. But if you remember, I have told you, if you are going to use the append, then by default it is going to be add at the last. But with the help of the insert or insert method, we can specify the exact index where we want to insert that particular element or item. If you see the definition, insert used to insert the element into the list as per the index value. So let me show you. Let me remove these things because you have already seen. And don't worry, as I told you, I'm going to share these notes in my Telegram channel. So you will get from there. And let me remove this one also. So I want to insert one item. So for example, print. Then I have one list 1 dot insert what. So here I need to specify the 2 parameters. First, I need to specify the index where you want to insert. So if I'm going to give 0, it means at the starting first index. And what I want to insert, for example, I want to insert Durgesh, like that. After that, and yeah, then print I want to print this list. That's it. Let me run. We have did one mistake. 1 second. Yeah. See, I have inserted Durgesh in 0 index. So with the help of this insert, we can insert the item or element in the list as per our requirement. Where we want, there we can insert. Yeah. So let me remove this one. So the next one is the index. So index, if used to check the index of the element. For example, what I'm trying to say, for example, list dot index, and for example, you want to check the index of this, and let me add one more item here. For example, Durgesh, and you want to check the index of this Durgesh. Copy and paste. Then come down, then print list 1. See, no, 1 second. Copy this entire thing. 1 second. Copy this entire thing and paste here. Yeah. See, 6. So this is how we can find the index of any item in the list. So basically, when you can use, for example, you know the item name or item value, but you don't know the index. So at that time, with the help of this index, you can find the index of that item. So let me remove this one. So the next is list pop or list pop index. So let me tell you, this pop is used to delete or remove the item from the list. So see the definition. Pop is used to delete the last index value of list or index element which we want. So basically what I'm trying to say, one second, for example, we have one list L1, and if we are going to use the pop, so let me show you, for example, list 1 dot pop. See what I have did, list dot pop. So if you see, Durgesh is removed. So if you are going to use the pop, so it will by default going to remove the last element. But there is a one more option. Like if you want to remove element which is present at particular index, at that time inside the pop, you can provide the index also. For example, I want to remove 0. So 1. So 1 is present at index 0. So I have given 0 here. Let me run. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and Durgesh is here, and it's removed the 1 which is present at the 0 index. So with the help of the pop, you can remove the elements from the list, and by default it is going to remove the last one. And if you want to remove the required one, then at that time you have to pass the index value. Then second, remove. Actually remove also used to remove the element from the list, but there is a little bit difference between the pop and the remove. So remove used to remove the element which we want. For example, see, I'm repeating again, with in case of the pop, consider I don't know the list item, but I know the index where I want to remove. So I can give the index value, and at particular index, whatever the value is present or item present, it will remove. But consider second scenario where you know the item, but you don't know the index. At that time, you can use the remove when you know the item, but you don't know the index. So for example, in place of the pop, type remove, then here I know the what I want to remove. So for example, I want to remove Durgesh. Control C, then paste. Let me run. See, Durgesh remove. So I'm repeating again. You can use the pop if you want to remove the last element of the list, and you can use the pop also when you know only the index. But you can use the remove when you know the item of the list, but you don't know the index. So keep in mind these points. So this is how we can remove the item from the list. So let me remove this one. Next, reverse, or this one also. So I hope most of the people know this, how we can reverse with the help of the slice operator, and the same we can do with the help of the reverse method also. So if you want to reverse, for example, print and list, and for I want to reverse. So this is how with the help of the slice operator we can do. See, it's printing Durgesh first, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 like that. And the same you can do with the help of the dot reverse. This one, print list 1. See, so I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. So the next is one sort. See, this sort is the most popular one. One second, let me first rearrange this one, like 8, like 9. See, these are not in, these are the, and let me remove this one also. Yeah, so these are not a sorted. And if you want to sort any list, so you can use the sort function. Let me show you how you can use. So the list dot sort, one second, sort, then print list. This one also list 1. See 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9 in sorted order. And by default, if you are not going to provide anything here, then it will ascending order only. But if you want to sort in the descending order, then you have to do like this. You have to write reverse equals to true here. It, like yeah. So this is how we can reverse in the how we can sort in the descending order. So 9, 8, 6, 5, 3, 1. So let me remove this one. And the last one is the clear. If you want to truncate or if you want to delete the item of the list, at that time you can use the clear. Keep in mind, clear is used to delete the item of the list or clear the list. Clear is not going to use for the delete the list. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. So for example, list dot clear. Print let me run. See, it's a blank only. It means we are using the clear, so it is going to clear all the item of the list, but list is there only. Because of that only it's printing this empty bracket. So I hope you get clear idea, like all the 10 inbuilt method of this list. And what are the methods? I'm repeating again. So first one is the append. If you want to add any element in the list at the last or at the right side, at that time you can use the append. Then second, we have a count. If you want to check the count of any item or any any item or any element in the list, at that time we can use the count. Then the third one is the extend. If you want to add any another list into your existing list without creating the new list, at that time we can use the extend. Then fourth one is the insert. If you want to add the element at particular index, at that time you can use the insert. Then fifth one is the index. If you want to check the index of the element, for example, you know the item of the list or element of the list, and you want to check what is the index for this particular item or this particular element, at that time you can use the index. Then pop. If you want to remove the last element, then you can go with the pop. And one more thing, in the same pop only, if you are going to pass the index, then it will remove the particular value which you want at particular index. Then remove. And one more thing, pop and remove doing the same thing but in different way. For example, if you know the index, you can use the pop. But if you don't know the index, you know the element only, then you can use the remove. So again, the next one is a reverse. If you want to reverse the content of the list, at that time you can use the reverse, or also you can use the slice operator. Then the ninth one is the sort. If you want to sort in either ascending or descending order of the list data, that you can use the sort. And by default, it is going to be sort in the ascending order. But if you want in the descending order, then you have to write reverse equals to true. Then last one is the clear. If you want to clear the content or item of the list, at that time you can use the clear method. So these are the total 10 inbuilt method supported by the list. Let me remove this entire. The next point is traversing of the list element. So traversing of the list element can be done either by using the for loop and while loop. See, traversing is nothing but the how we can access in the all the content of the list. So we can access all the content of the list with the help of either for loop or while loop. So let me show you how we can access. For example, I have one list, and in list I'm having a value 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And I want to print all the values of the list one by one. I'm saying one by one. I don't want to print in one single line. I want to print one by one. And and you can say I want to access. So how we can access? With the help of for loop, for each element in the list, print that element. That's it. Let me run. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is how we can apply the for loop to the list. Then there is a one more way. Let me take one index. Index equals to 0. Initially we know index of all values should be start from the 0 only. So initially I have taken index equals to 0, and what I'm doing, while index is less than length of list. I hope most of the people already know what I'm doing. So with the help of this length function, we can find the length of this list. And what I'm doing, print what I want to print. I want to print like that elements or item of the list. So see how we can do. So in case of the for loop, we have simply written like for each element in the list, print that element. But here we cannot do like directly. So we have index, and index is starting from the 0. So if we have the index, then we can print or access the element of the list. So index I have. So what I can do, so list is my list name. Then here I need to type index, which is initially 0. So first time it will print 1 like that. Then what I want to do, I want to index equals to index plus 1. I hope you already know what I'm doing. I'm increasing the index value by 1. Let me run. See. So this is how we can traverse the list with the help of either for loop or while loop. And here this index is nothing but the first time 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6 like that. So I hope you're getting. So the next is the join inbuilt method. So in the string only we have seen what is the join and how we can use the join. So keep in mind, if you want to join the item of the list, at that time you can use the join. So let me show you. For example, I have one list equals to Durgesh space Rajkumar, then Yadav, and it is like 1 second. Comma, yeah. So for example, I have one list of string type like Durgesh, Rajkumar, Yana and Yadav. And what I want to combine this Durgesh, Rajkumar, Yadav in one single line. So in string only we have seen how we can use the join. So let me show you for that. Print, then list name dot not list name, separator. For example, I want space, or for example I don't want space. I will show you both. First I will show you without space, then dot, then join. Then here we need to specify the list name, paste here. Let me run. See, Durgesh Rajkumar Yadav. And for example, I want space also. Let me show you. See, Durgesh Rajkumar Yadav. So this is how we can join the content or item of the list. So keep in mind, list support join. And one more thing, also keep in mind, string also support join, list also support join. Then slice supported by the string, and the slice also supported by the list. And yeah, so like that, keep in mind like what are the common functionality or inbuilt method which is supported by different data type. So yeah, so the next, what are the operators supported by the list. So if you remember, in the string, arithmetic operator and membership operator supported by the string. And the same thing in the list also, the arithmetic operator and the membership operator supported by the list. So let's see how we can use. So inside the arithmetic operator, it support plus, which is called concatenation, and star, which is called repetition operator. And inside the membership operator, it supported in and not in operator. So the same operator are supported by the string also. So let me show you 1 second. Let me remove this one, and let me remove this entire thing. And for example, I have 1 comma 2 comma 1 second 1 comma 2 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, one list. And for example, I have one more list, 2 equals to 5 comma 6 comma 7. And if, and as I told you, it support the concatenation operator. So if you want to concatenate these two, so what you can do, print then list plus list 2. Let me run. See. So this is how you can concatenate two different lists into one single list. So the next one is the repetition operator. So 1 second, star into 2 times. Let me run. See, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, because I have did like list 2 times, so it's repeating 2 times, up to this, then up to this. So this is how you can use the concatenation operator and the repetition operator, which is comes under the arithmetic operator. Yeah. Then next we have in and not in. So let me show you how you can use that one also. For example, print. Here we need to specify what we are looking. For example, I want to check 3 in list. Let me run. It's returning true. It means 3 is present in the list. For example, I have removed the 3 from here, and let me check. It's showing false because 3 is not in the list. So this is how you can use the membership operator. And membership operator you can use like if you want to check whether the particular element or item present in the list or not. At that time you can use this one, not in. 1 second, let me show you for not. True, because 3 is not here. So I hope get to know when we can use the in operator, membership operator, and when we can use the arithmetic operator, which is concatenation or the repetition. So based on our requirement, we can use this operator. So again, keep in mind this same operator also supported by the string only, this concatenation, repetition, and membership operator, which is in or not in. Then the next operator is identity operator. So the same, just like string only, list also support identity operator. So I'm repeating again, what is the identity operator? So is and is not are used, are the ID comes under the identity operator and are used for the reference or address comparison of the reference variable. If the both reference variable pointing to the same object, then return true, otherwise false. So I hope you know already these things. And this ID we know very well, like this ID is used to check the address, and this is used to compare the address. So let me show you so you will get clear idea. For example, I have one more list, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you check ID of list 1. So ID of list 1 is this one, and let me copy the same thing, paste here, and here list 2. See, both are different. And identity operator is used to check the either list string, either list or string. So for example, in this particular case, I have a list. So I can what I can do print. Then if I can do list one is list two. Let me run. It's returning false because if you see the address of list 1 and list 2 is the different. Because of that only it is returning false. Equals to list. Let me run. See, it's showing true because list 2 is nothing but the list only. So because of that only it's returning true. So this is how we can use the identity operator. So keep in mind, identity operator are always going to compare the content. Sorry, address, not going to compare the content. So if the address is the same, then only it will return true. So the next point is nested list. So might be interviewer can ask you what is the nested list. So simple thing, nested means something within something. Don't be confused. Like for example, nested class means class within a class, nested class. So nested list means list within the list is nothing but the nested list. So this is the definition. Nested list is nothing but the list containing another list. So for example, I have one list, this entire list, and this entire list having this one small list. So this is nothing but the nested list. So let me show you how the indexing support to the nested list. Let me copy this entire thing and paste here. Yeah. So for example, you want to print this 3. So let me show you how you can print. So we know we can use the index. So to use the index, first we need to specify the list name. Then here inside the square bracket, we need to specify the index. For example, this 3 is present at the second location, which is index 2, which is for example 0, 1, 2. So if you write 2 here and if you run, then it will print 3. But how I can print this 8 or this 5 or 6 or 5, anything inside the nested loop, nested list? So let me show you how we can do. So this 0, 1, 2 means 3. So what is the index of this one? So the index of this one is nothing but the 0, 1, 2, 3. See, if I'm writing 3, then it's printing 3. So this entire going to be considered one single location or single index value. So this is 0, 1, 2 and 3 means this entire things. But I want this 8. So the entire nested list present at the index 3, but this 8 value is present at the second value. So here I can do like this. Not second, is 1 because it will start from 0 now. So 0, 1 like that. See, 8. And if I want 6, then 2. See. So this is how you can access the nested list values or items. So I hope you are getting clearly what I'm trying to explain. So the most popular thing, list comprehension. This is the most, you can say this is most commonly asked question in the interview room. What is the list comprehension? So see the definition. We can create a new sequence by using the given Python sequence. This is called comprehension. Actually, this is one way to writing a code. Simply we can say like that. Or definition is a little bit confusing, like we can create a new sequence by using given Python sequence. This is called comprehension. And here I have written, we can simply say it is one line declaration of the code. So let me show you what I'm trying to tell you. For example, I want to print number from 1 to 10. So how I can do? For each element in the range in the range 0 to 11 or 0 to 10. 0 to 10. What I want to print that number. Let me run. So it's printing 0 to 10 is nothing but 0 to 9. It's printing. So this is one way to write the problem or write the code with this for this particular scenario where I want to print the number from 0 to 10. So if I want to print 0 to 10, then it should be 11. So it will print 0 to 10. See. But there's one more way. Like we can do the same thing. Let me show you how. For example, list equals to, then we can write for each element in the range 0 to 11. What I want to print? I want to print X. Then print list. See, it's printing from 0 to 10. So this is one of the way which is called list comprehension. So the way of writing a code in a one single shot, it's nothing but the list comprehension, you can say directly. Because if you go for the definition now, so it will be a little bit confusing. Like we can create a new sequence by using the given Python sequence, which is called list comprehension. So that only, for example, we have, or not only this one only. For example, there is a one scenario like print the square of numbers which is present between 0 to 10. So what you can do, simply do X. Let me run. See, 4, 9, 16, 25 like this. So we have this sequence already, and with the help of this sequence, we have generated new sequence. So this is what exactly I have told here. We can create a new sequence by using given Python sequence, this is called list comprehension, or in simple way we can say it is a one-line declaration of the code. So don't worry. In this video, we have seen what is the list, different ways to create the list, and when we have seen different inbuilt method which is supported by this list, and different ways of accessing the list items. And in next video, we will solve interview related question which is most commonly asked in the interview related to the list. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe my channel. Bye.